Hey everyone, today we are in this 2024 Honda Ridgeline TrailSport all-wheel drive. In this video I'm going to be giving you my first impressions on it. I just grabbed this off the dealer lot at Germain Honda of College Hills in Worcester, Ohio. So shout out to them for providing this vehicle for me to film today. They're a great dealer. They don't charge any markups. I bought 3 cars from them as well. I'll have this vehicle linked in the description as well as a link to their website in general. So encourage you to go check them out. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So we'll start by going ahead and walking you around it. This color is called Diffused Sky Pearl. Kind of reminds me of Grabber Blue that Ford had. Very sharp, very nice, definitely eye-catching. I believe new for 2024, you do get this stamped tailgate with the Ridgeline in the back there. That looks pretty sharp, very nice there. The TrailSport adds off-road wheels, off-road tires, and off-road suspension, and some underbody skid plating as well to protect the oil pan. This is a pretty controversial vehicle across the truck world. A lot of people, just really can't accept that this is a truck, but take that with and interpret it how you want it. But I think it's a very practical vehicle, and honestly, the vehicle that most truck owners should actually own. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bed here. You do have a dual action tailgate. It's not dampened, so it does slam down, but who cares? It's a truck. That comes down that way. Also opens as a barn door as well for easier access to things in the bed, which is super nice. You do have a composite bed liner. It's very scratch resistant and pretty darn tough too. Some tie downs all over the place, which is actually super nice to see. And the Ridgeline has a little bit of a party trick back here. You get a giant trunk back here that you can store whatever you want. You can even fill it up with ice and store, some beverages back here for a tailgate, and there's a little drain down there. Super cool. Spare tire as well. This is pretty much the selling point for me in this truck. I had a 2019 Ram 1500 previously, and I honestly kind of wish I would have just grabbed one of these things because they are just super practical. It does lock as well. It closes nicely. This can tow up to 5,000 pounds as well. Powering this Ridgeline is a 3.5 liter V6 making about 285 horsepower, I believe. Not too bad at all. As tested, this vehicle costs $46,830. Let's go ahead and check out that back seat real quick. So it's not quite crew cab level space, but it's enough. You get back here, do have a cup holder, a place to put, I think, a phone or something like that. A couple mat pockets, some vents, a 12-volt outlet down here, pull down center armrest, as well with a couple cup holders and another space to put some things. Very, very, very comfortable back here. The seating is kind of like stadium seating. You're seated over top of the driver, and you are kind of a little bit upright, but honestly, I could spend hours back here and not complain at all. I'm 6 foot, the driver's seat's in my position. I got about 2 inches of leg room and about 3 inches of headroom or so. So not too terribly bad at all. It's not the most spacious in the world, but it'll do for pretty much anybody, the normal sized person. This does have a sunroof as well. New for 2024 is the infotainment and the dash, but we'll get into that. I'm super excited that they have finally updated this. That's what it needed, and we'll cover that when we get up there. Uh-oh. Child lock. So with this TrailSport, you do get very, very nice heated leather seats. Both sides are power, and they do have TrailSport embossed in the headrest as well. Super comfortable, super nice. They are memory as well. Up front here, you got a very familiar but updated cabin. The only thing that's changed, like I said, is the infotainment and the gauge cluster. They updated it to be the Honda corporate style that everything else has. Works very nice, looks very nice, and no complaints at all. Do get a backup camera that's honestly a little bit on the low quality side, but you do have several views you can choose from as well. That'll come in handy towing a trailer and backing up to the trailer hitch. Got your dual zone climate control, heated seat controls, some storage here, wireless charger. There's my phone, doesn't move at all. Do have a gear selector there, which I'm not fond of. I had it in my Accord, and I almost put my Accord through the garage door several times because of this. I wish it would be a physical gear selector, but it is what it is. It does have a 9-speed transmission. You got your drive mode selector here, Got normal, snow, mud, and sand. Leave it in normal for all this. Auto stop controls, a couple cup holders, pretty cavernous center console, decent sized glove box that slams down, illuminated visor mirrors as well, and a sunglasses holder, rear view mirror with home link as well. So like I said, a very familiar cabin, very nice, very high quality. Everything in here is soft to touch, and I think will hold up to the test of time, like all these Ridgelines do. Very dependable, very reliable, and very high quality vehicles. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take this for a spin. But before we do that, please be sure to like the video. It helps me out as a creator, and pushes out the video to other people so they can see it, and helps the algorithm do its thing on YouTube. And please consider subscribing as well. I try to do car reviews weekly. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and take this thing for a spin. Really like this steering wheel. It looks super nice. It feels super nice in the hands. You got orange stitching with this TrailSport that accents the interior. The steering wheel is also heated as well. This Ridgeline is super smooth. The initial tip in, there is a little bit of tip in on the gas, but it makes for a super smooth driving experience. No hiccups from the 9-speed transmission. Almost feels luxurious. I am just super happy that they updated the infotainment and the gauge cluster. I really could not stand the gauge cluster in the previous year's Ridgeline at all. It looked very antiquated and didn't match the rest of the lineup. So finally got with the program. Now, I'm not going to floor it because this is a new vehicle with 27 miles, and I wouldn't want somebody flooring my brand new vehicle that's not broken in yet. But the 280 horsepower that this thing has, 285 I think it was, no, it's not a slouch at all. It'll get things done. It's not the fastest either. You're not going to win any drag races with your Ridgeline, but who cares? This thing's rated for 18 city, 23 highway, and around 20 combined miles a gallon. The TrailSport does get a little bit lower MPG than the other models because of the aggressive tires. These are like general grabber ATs, so they're a very aggressive all-terrain tire. I've seen people on the forums and Reddit get almost 30 miles a gallon in these things on some highway trips. To help achieve those numbers, you do get cylinder deactivation as well. It'll go down to 3 cylinders to help sip that fuel. You can't even tell, you can't even hear. It does a really great job deactivating those cylinders to where it's completely unnoticeable and undetectable. I really like how this thing rides. The off-road suspension soaks up all the bumps and makes for a really smooth driving experience. You do see you have Honda Sensing Suite here. Your typical lane keep assist for collision alert, adaptive cruise control, lane centering assist. It's a lot of different things you get that works extremely nice to help you keep you safe on the road. You have a little bit of tire noise from these all-terrains, but overall the cabin is really quiet. There's not a lot of wind noise. It's surprisingly quiet in here, honestly. Auto start stop kicking in there, very unintrusive and smooth. Honestly, I don't think I would end up turning that off. I know a lot of people hate it, but honestly, these auto start stop systems have come a long way over the past few years. They're not really that intrusive anymore, and they actually do save quite a bit of fuel. I know there's a lot of myths out there of it takes more fuel to start it up. That's not true. With direct injection, that myth is just kind of thrown out the window there. But it actually, sitting at lights and stuff like that, it does make a noticeable difference. Probably 1 or 2 mpg higher than what you would without auto start stop. Really do like this infotainment. Like I said, the Honda corporate infotainment is nice. You do get wireless CarPlay and Android Auto as well. Super nice. Built-in navigation too. Not that I would ever use it. I would just use Apple CarPlay, but know, it's nice to have. You know, I like that they still kept with the same formula on this Ridgeline. You know, kept the physical buttons all over the place and just kept it the same. I know this vehicle is not like a huge seller for Honda, but I am so glad they still keep it around and keep it simple. I think it's a very valuable and practical vehicle. These seats are just astronomically comfortable. I took my wife for a spin in this before this video, and she's like, man, I really wish we could have taken this to Myrtle Beach. And I'm like, I know. As you can see now, we're getting 16.6 miles a gallon, and honestly, I don't think that's bad at all, considering this has been sitting on a dealer lot for a while and sitting as I was, you know, filming and then kind of just driving it around. So that 18 city number actually does look to be pretty accurate. Visibility is awesome out of this vehicle. We have blind spot monitoring here it's not on the mirror itself, but you know, just inside, which is actually pretty nice. I find that actually more practical than the mirror that you can barely see sometimes because of the reflections. Not bad at all. Now, a critique here is I do wish the infotainment wasn't slanted. I don't know why they did that. They literally just took the previous one and slapped this one in without kind of redesigning it. I know I kind of just said I liked how they kind of kept everything the same, but that is one critique I have. And she didn't even look. Didn't even look. Anyways, that is one critique I have because, you know, the sun tends to glare off of it right into your face at certain times of the day. Man, I should have got one of these over top of my Ram 1500 that I had, because I'm pretty sure I would still have it. I know a lot of these tend to go, you know, 300,000 miles easily with no, you know, no major issues. I mean, your common wear and tear items, but these are pretty reliable vehicles. I was just admiring, you know, the driving position here. You know, everything's laid out nice within the driver's reach. Nothing's too far away, and you are able to rest your arms on either side of the steering wheel for a very comfortable driving position. It is so nice. It honestly just feels like a very nice office chair. Look at that. We made it our way up to 17 miles a gallon, almost up to that 18 number. I would love to have a chance to take one of these off-road. I know when I was at Germain, one of the salespersons there had a chance to actually take one of these off-road on an off-road course from Honda, and he said it actually did pretty well. And you know, I think YouTuber Whistling Diesel took a first-gen Honda Ridgeline off-road, and it actually did pretty darn good. These things are actually pretty capable. Yeah, handling is about what you'd expect. All right, some final thoughts on the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, I almost said Pilot, TrailSport. I think this is the truck that 99.9% of truck owners need. Very practical, very, very good quality. Drives super nice, super cushy. I mean, what more could you ask for in a truck like this? Even like all the storage in the door as well. This truck looks really nice. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe as well. Once again, shout out to Germain Honda of College Hills for allowing me to film this vehicle today. Really appreciate them. Like I said, the link to this vehicle and their dealer will be in the description below. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.